down this unfamiliar road. Although this way string us along, just know you're not alone. You're gonna make this place your home. All right, I'm very happy to introduce our spiritual directors for today. Reverend Dr. Rita Andriello Ferrin, Reverend Dr. Patrick Ferrin.
Okay, go ahead, take it.
Look at all your faces. You're looking good. Welcome to CSL Kauai. In this wonderful house, we have some new people in here today. We also have people online. We want to say aloha to them as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes?
Yes. You wanted to say something.
Oh, I
before.
did. I forgot. I did. She rushes me so much in the
I'm not
beginning.
rushing you.
But I want to say a couple of thank yous for this week. First of all, thank you for all of you who came out for Sue Buckley's signing of her book, and that was on Thursday. And then what else happened? Last week we weren't here, but you were, and there were some wonderful people that came in, and just Rev D gave the talk, and Susan Wood, she did a wonderful job. Everybody just was wonderful, and Roseanne, and just everyone. So we want to thank you for that. And then last night, your minister, Reverend Rita, and the practitioner over there, Melissa Mojo, were out there the Kaua'i Grove singing Christmas songs. And we want to thank those who came out, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was all my start.
All right,
thank you.
Take it away with your invocation.
You're the invocation.
Oh,
today.
I am. All right.
We've only been here 12 years.
All right,
we just
everybody, let's
started.
take a deep breath. I had some exciting things happen when I walked in, and I'm still like flying high. Stephanie Sterrett is back.
Right.
One of our original practitioners, and she surprised me, so I'm kind of like, woo. But right now, I'll take a deep breath. We'll settle in. That's all beautiful energy, beautiful loving energy. I'm so grateful for this moment to be here, to be standing on this sacred ground, to be here with all of these beautiful light beings, this beautiful, amazing, amazing time that we have here together, to meet and to just expand our consciousness and to grow together and to love together and to be together. So I know this time is blessed, and I just bless it. Bless it, bless it, bless it. I am so grateful. And so it is.
So it is.
Take it away, Kyle and
Louise.
On to me as we go. We should know this song by now.
As we roll down the unfamiliar road, although this way stringing us along, just know you're not alone. I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you
Kyle and Louise.
Yeah.
Give it up for Kyle and Louise. Well,
Wonderful to see you all. Welcome again.
you noticed there's some trees up since we were here last week.
And some bulbs on the
And
floor.
there's some bulbs all over the floor. And Quantum, our center cat, had a field day. You'll all be getting that picture on your Christmas little letter. Went right up the thing and peeked her little head out and said, hello, hello.
So we have a vision statement here at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. It's up there on the wall. Let's take it in and just really contemplate what it means as we read it. So we're not just reading words. So what are we doing here? We're awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity consciousness. And then just take a deep breath and just ask yourself, where am I on that bridge? Right now, we're all on the unity side. At least that's what I feel in my heart. So I'm grateful for that.
And our theme this month is Re-Awaken. Yeah, it's time. It's always time to reawaken. Yes? So we have a wonderful affirmation. And I'll say it first, and then we can say it together a dozen times. Kidding. Here it is. I reawaken to my deepest intuition. I reawaken to my deepest intuition. One more time. I reawaken to my deepest intuition.
Yes. And that is what the science of mind is all about, awakening to our amazing intuition that is the very essence of who we are, and our connection to the whole is that knowing that we hold inside of ourselves. And I hold it very sacred. When I understood that power and presence of love, of light, of God, of source, whatever you want to call it, was right here, and I didn't have to go anywhere else for it, that any time I needed to know something, I could know it because of who and what I am. That is the science of mind to me in a nutshell, and that I can use that energy and that source to do anything in my life, really. Face anything, create anything. It's unlimited, and the more I embrace it, the more I live it, the more my life evolves from a very high and beautiful place. And I'm grateful for that, and grateful for all of you to take the road to unity consciousness and to your own intuition and how it guides you to live and breathe. Yes.
And as I look around, I'm seeing such great faces once again. We've been known lately, at least this year, to be that temple not only of magnificent strength, but also that magnificent temple of consistency for almost 12 years. So no matter where you go in this world, and you come back and visit for a couple months, so far so good, we're here. And we were just talking to someone today, and who's in another, was in another CSL, and they were not so fortunate to make it through the COVID time, and so it is an accomplishment to be able to keep moving forward. And the reason that we move forward is because it's not us that's doing it. We have a power that lives within us, as us, moving us 100% of the time. And I know it's true because I have God bumps as I'm speaking right now. So, that being said, is there anybody that is here for the very first time, not afraid to go like this?
Deirdre
Kendra?
Over there is here for the first time.
I didn't mean to point Kendra out, but then we have somebody that's kind of new too. Stephanie Starrett, what is she doing here? Stand up and say hello to everybody.
Does everybody remember Steph?
Yes,
we
welcome.
call her Star. She was one of our very first practitioners.
And then, just so you'll know, this always happens just about this time. They come for Rita, actually. She used to ride a Harley back in the days before Patrick. So, Kendra, is Kendra the only one? Not that I'm point. So good. Well, we found out a couple things about you. You thought when I met you for the first time back there, but we actually have a whole slew of things about you that we want to share, but we're only going to share one for the, interest of time here. So you ready? Let's let her know what we know.
You are magnificent.
Yes, you are magnificent. And we know that because we know the magnificence in ourselves. And when we recognize that, we see that in everyone. Our hearts talk to one another's heart. And so you are magnificent, and thank you so much for taking time while on this island to come to our home. And now that you can know this home, it's always your home, no matter when you come. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's put our hands on our heart if we want to choose. I am magnificent. And we're never alone, as Rita was saying. We always are entangled. We are magnificent. And there are some beautiful people watching online. And one of them has a birthday today, and that's, you've met her before, Reverend Laura Stewart. And it is her birthday today. And there's a whole bunch of people watching out there, and we just say thank you. And for the people on island, it's really not that far. It's really, I don't mean to scold, but it's really not that far. No, just kidding. Okay, let's let them know who they are. You are magnificent. And if you're here for the first time, we're not pointing at fans. There is actual camera back there that is there. So, without further ado, why don't you look at each other, do something, let each other know who's magnificent. You're magnificent. You're magnificent.
You are magnificent.
And your first time here.
Actually, I met you one time.
You did. I met
you over in Honeymoon.
Yes. And then I saw this and I went, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Before this turns into a coffee clutch.
It can't turn into a coffee clutch because we don't allow coffee in the sanctuary.
All right, we would like to invite up Roseanne Jones, who will give our blessing
Give it up for
today.
Roseanne.
Yay. And Kyle, you can come back up, and Luis, because you'll be right after her. I saw Quanta walk in.
I did.
Aloha, everyone. I'm so glad to be here and see all your happy faces. We're so blessed on this island. So, one of our themes today, is about peace. And I will let you know that when I was growing up, I grew up in a very fundamentalist Christian religion, so I didn't really know about Catholicism. And it took me until I married my husband, Rob, and met his sister, Betty, to tell me about something that I hadn't been aware of. And she was the one who had a statue of a certain saint in her backyard. And she really, even though she was not Catholic, she really felt akin to this saint. And one trip that the three of us took to Italy, we actually went to his hometown. And I'm talking to his hometown of Assisi, and I'm talking about St. Francis of Assisi. And he has a prayer that states, "Make me an instrument of your peace." So I'm going to read that prayer, and I think it deeply affects many people, me included, having not been raised with this saint's wisdom, St. Francis, but having learned it in my adult life, and it has meant a lot to me through trials and tribulations. So here it goes. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me sow hope. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. And where there is sadness, let me sow joy. Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, or to be loved as to love. For knowing a little bit about St. Francis, he probably would have been on one of those if they were invented back in those days. For it is in giving. There's a rally someplace, and what are we doing here? It's a Toys for Tots rally. Come on, everybody, let's go. No, stay there. So as St. Francis finishes his prayer, and these are words I think that are so meaningful. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen, and mahalo to St. Francis.
Aku ikan aina Elau hai mai na va'a Hai aku ikan aina Wahanai ke aluia E olomuai ke aluia Hanai ke aluia E holomuai ke aluia E lau hoi mai na va'a Hai aku I ka aina E lau hoi mai na va'a Aku ikan aina O kahika Ilau like ana O kahi Ilivai o kali Ilau lima pukako Ilau lima pukako Aholono all sing along. Ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka, ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka. Keep going. Ilawe mainawa, ayaku ikala aina. Ilawe mainawa, ayaku ikala aina. Ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka, ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka, ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka, ikeka.
I wanted to start my talk today with a song I sang last night. It's a Christmas song, but it has a lot of meaning for me in different ways, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I just want to share the song with you. It's called "Mary, Did You Know?" And as soon as I can hear my accompaniment, I will. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Oh, Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the blind will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that
of all creation. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy was heaven's perfect lamb? That little child you're holding is the great I
And I'm going back to my other mic. I love this song because for me, it's not just about Jesus. It's about all of us. It's about that we never know who we're holding in our arms, whose eyes we're looking into, who we're teaching, who we're speaking to. We don't know. Like, did they know that was going to be the next Martin Luther King? Did his mother know he was going to be Nelson Mandela? Did she know that Diane Decker was going to become a minister someday? No, I'm just saying we never, ever know who we're looking at. And this song, to me, speaks of that. And it speaks of deep, deep intuition also, which I want to explain intuition to you in the science of mind perspective, because there's a difference between intuition and psychic ability. Jesus had both. He psychically could look at somebody and tell you what the story about that person was, whether, she had 7 husbands or whatever it was. He could read people's psychic field. But he was also an intuitive. And we all have both those capacities, to have intuition and to have psychic ability. So when we have psychic ability, it means that we get those hunches. We get that feeling that something's going to happen. We go and we just walk into a room and we feel an energy and we go, oh, okay. What we're doing is we're reading the subjective field. The subjective field is the subconscious. It's the one field that we all reside in. We're all part of that one mind, that one heart, that one soul, whatever you want to call it. It's real. It's the quantum field, whatever, the one mind. It's all there. Everything's there. So past, present, and future, which is always hard for me to grasp, but is one thing. It's not like, oh, this is going to happen then, and blah, blah, blah. It's actually all happening at the same time. And it's hard for me to wrap my mind about that. I don't know about any of you, but I'm getting there. But the only thing I know is that if we stay in the present moment and we live from that place, then all things are one. And every time you you have the opportunity, you have the ability to read the subjective field. Psychics are really good at it. That's how they can tell you what's going to happen, because within your psychic field, your subconscious field, everything's already there. So when they tell you, yes, you're going to meet somebody or whatever, there's something within you that knows that already, that is actually maybe even experienced it already. So they're reading that. They're reading the subjective field, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's very powerful. I happen to not want to have that. Oh, yes, he must have been left behind. He's on his way. I know, he's late. So I don't like it because I don't want to know what somebody thinks is going to happen to me, because I also know that my psychic field, my subjective field, is very powerful. And when somebody gives me a suggestion of something, that I might just go along with that just because, so I just kind of stay away from that kind of stuff for the most part. And when I feel it myself, I just go, oh, okay, so you could go this direction. Because don't forget, in science, we're always collapsing energy. Every time we think, we're collapsing energy into something. And so we're perceiving the world from that collapsed energy. So if I start saying, yeah, this is going to happen, blah, 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 I start to collapse that energy. And I'm going to meet that. I'm going to meet that because I've already collapsed it. It's wonderful. It's exciting. It's all of that. But intuition is something totally, totally different. It's the Mary did you know. It's that place within you that is totally and completely aligned with your source energy so that you just think from that place. You know you are God. You know that God is expressing through you. You know that you know. And that is very different than psychic. If I get a hunch, it's different. They're both great. But intuition is something that's very constant if we will embrace it. To know who we are and what we're capable of because of that connection. Ernest Holmes calls it this. He says, intuition is God in man. We'll add woman to it because we know he wrote this in 1927 when they used man. Intuition is God in woman, revealing to her the realities of being. Just as instinct guides the animals, so would intuition guide man if he would allow it to operate through him. The ability to know without any process of reasoning. God knows only intuitively. So now this sounds dualistic, but it's not, because God is who we are. And we know, we have the ability to know intuitively in any single solitary moment who and what we are. He likens it to the instinct in the animal, because the instinct in the animal, you know how animals are? They can just do what they do. They don't think about it. They just do. They clean themselves. They, eat their food. They go out and hunt. They lay eggs. They do what they do. They're not thinking about it. They're so connected to nature that they just are living from that place. And I believe that that's what we're here to remember, because and what a better place to remember it than in a field of 3D reality where everything is screaming something else at us and telling us that that's real out there, when we don't even know, we don't realize that we've created it ourselves because of the places we've been thinking from. Everybody's experiencing something different. Everybody looks at things differently. Everybody sees things good, bad, whatever. It's all coming from that perception, that place of wholeness, of either embracing it or moving away from it. So what I want to bring it to is this idea of speaking our word. Because as practitioners, we speak our word. What does that actually mean? We speak our word. So Ernest Holmes says, dare to speak and to know that the word you speak is the law unto the thing spoken, regardless of what conditions exist. Now, if we truly knew, and I would like to think that practitioners, after studying for 6 and 7 years, would know this, but we all have this capacity to know that when we speak our word, it is the law unto the thing which is spoken. We all have this capacity if we want to work on it. It's like a definiteness that we know that we know, and we know. I had an experience yesterday with someone, and she was telling me she was losing her eyesight, and she was ready to have a lawsuit and all this stuff, and I stopped her, and I just said, wait a minute. I didn't tell her. It was just a text. What I thought to myself is, no. That's not right. That is not possible. Her sight is perfect because she is seeing with the eyes of God. That's who she's seeing with. That's what's seeing through her, not her eyeballs, not her retina, any of that. It's that. It was so definite that I felt it. And that's what we have to do. We have to feel it. I strive to do that all the time. But that's the intuitive in me that says, yes, you're God when you speak your word. I mean, whatever we believe about Jesus, when he spoke his word, things happened. When we speak our word, things should happen in our life. They should happen. But what happens, but, I'm looking at him, but it is a but, because what happens is we get in the way. we start to say, oh, no, that's not possible. We start to say, oh, but, whatever that is. And we don't go back to that place that we know that we're one with that power, we're not even one with it, we are one of it. So that's true intuition. So Ernest Holmes goes on to say in that same quote, one alone in consciousness with the infinite, that's one of my favorite quotes of his, one alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. In other words, you don't need anybody else to believe what you believe. You are a complete majority. People could be telling you whatever, but you believe it, that's all that matters. The practitioner believes that that's all that matters. He or she does not have to go back and say, oh, well, the client doesn't believe it, blah, 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 blah. No, you believe it. One alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. The only reason we have healing circles is because, for me, is because when more than one person gathers, our faith gets increased, I think. When we all come together, like when we all come together here today, our faith gets increased because we are inspired and we're just, hopefully, and we are all feeding off each other's energy, and it magnifies it. But in reality, you could be sitting alone in your closet at home or wherever you sit, under a tree, and do the same thing. That's what that quote's saying. And then he says, knowing this in your thought, work in perfect peace and calm. Always expect the good, have enthusiasm, but above all, have a consciousness of love, a radiant feeling flowing through your consciousness at all times. Treat yourself until you have an inner sense of unity with all good. So, it's really simple. So, why is it so difficult? I think it's because we don't practice enough. I think we don't give ourselves the opportunity to stay in place until our mind is changed. If something's happening in our life, perhaps we don't sit long enough with knowing that truth, that deep intuition, and allowing it to work. We step back out into the world and we see everything that's happening out there, and then we get off our mark. But the good news is it doesn't matter, because we can just keep coming back to the same place and knowing the same truth. And if I had anything to impart to you today, I would say, what do you know about yourself? I would ask you that question. What do you know? What do you know right now? Ask yourself, and what's your answer? Because that's what is ruling your life right now, what you choose to know. Not what everybody else told you, not what, a doctor told you, or your lawyer told you, or your boyfriend told you, or your wife, or your husband, or any of those people. What do you know? So I would just invite you to enjoy that question all week long. Namaste. Thank you. Luis.
My soul, 'cause I'm diving in to get ready, my soul, 'cause I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind. Get ready, my soul. everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. So get ready, my soul, 'cause I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. So get ready, my soul. 'Cause I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. So get ready, my soul.
Luis. We are so fortunate. Because you know I don't believe in luck. I believe in gratitude and fortune and all that kind of good stuff. So we went away last weekend to an undisclosed location. I just like saying that word. It makes me feel so spy-oriented, you know, to an undisclosed location, actually to the Waimea cottages. But yeah, I did some deep diving. The good news is the last time I was here, I said, what if this was my last talk? And it wasn't, obviously, because I'm here today. But I found 5 R's that went on while I was gone, and they are these. I rested. Rita really rested. I reflected. And I did a reset. And I reawakened. And I revived myself. All in 3.5 days. It's nice to say, and then you leave. And the reason I know I rested is because on our way home, we went to that other temple called Costco. And we went in there, And I don't smoke pot anymore, just for anyone's information, not that you asked, but I felt like if I had smoked it before I went into Costco, because I was so relaxed and everybody was having theirs, and I was just like, wow, look at them. They're just running all around, man. I went, wow, I guess that little trip worked. Oh my gosh, intuition, it's the mouthpiece of life itself. Roseanne, I love it when things happen on the day that you're going to speak and they're not in your notes, they're not anywhere. She brought up we are walking miracles. She brought up this whole idea of all the sperm and the eggs trying to come together, and the chances are like 1 out of a trillion that we're even here. So hallelujah. That's really something. I've used it before, but it's really interesting because we are walking miracles, and yet we doubt sometimes our power. Has anybody ever doubted their power? Don't lie to me, man, because I know. It's an interesting thing. We have a podcast that Rita and I are developing right now, and the current name is From Woo Woo to Wow. Wow. Because quite frankly, I've said it myself too. What is this, nonsense? About every time you try to explain something that might be unexplainable to the person you're talking to, you say, I know it sounds a little woo-woo. What the hell is woo-woo? Well, I had to find out. It says, relating to a force, phenomenon, process, etc., that has no clear scientific explanation and is regarded by some as mystical or spiritual, and by others as illusory or fraudulent. All that is, the last part, is just arguing for their limitations. Because here's the deal. I am not apologizing for woo-woo anymore. Because without this woo-woo, I will have no wow. Because I've tried it the other way, and it just doesn't work. Woo-woo. I've been doing it. It's a little woo-woo. Well, how do you know? Well, prove to me what you're doing is so fabulous. That's what I want to know. How's it working for you in the 3D world? How's that working? Oh, just constantly digging up the 3D world of, look at this is happening, this happening. Listen, I'm the king of compassion, but I'm done with the woo-woo, apologizing for woo-woo, okay? So I'm living a life of wow. I'm living a life of wow. Woo-woo. Yeah. A couple of other things, and I'm also, the word, when I was gone, I asked for some guidance, and it said the word mediocre, and surviving versus thriving. All I know is that when I'm not in woo-woo, I'm surviving. When I'm in a world that knows the truth of who I am, and I believe that, and let me tell you, I know that it can seem difficult at times in our lives, and I'm not saying it's not. But I would suggest a little more woo-woo. When I'm in my sessions and I'm working, I'm entering the woo-woos into it, because I'm going to tell you, we were saying the other day about belief. Why doesn't this work? I'm a compassionate, loving person and don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and a people pleaser. I don't want to let you know that it doesn't work because you don't believe it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be a Donnie Downer today, but I'm just letting you know it's not a bad thing. It's a gift. When something's not working in my life, I ask myself, Patrick, I love you. What are you believing right now? What are you believing? I'm believing in that instead of this, and now I'm confused. I love this idea that, I say to somebody, well, what do you think? What do you feel? I don't know. You know what I don't know means? Procrastination. Because as long as I don't know, I don't have to act upon what I do know. And what I do know, and do I practice it 100%? No, but I want to practice it 110%. And is that because I want more? I'm going to talk about more today. About this idea of, can't we just be satisfied with what we have? Are you kidding me? I am the breath of God, the breath of life, the breath of... Why would I ever be satisfied and not want more? Or out of guilt? Oh my God, we live on this beautiful island. And people spend the first 2 years apologizing for it. Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, how do you live? There ain't nothing with Rita and I, just an FYI, had anything to do with luck. We came here without a dime, and I would like to say that's exaggerating, but it is not. We came here knowing that something was calling us, and there was something that we had to do, and we listened, and I was scared a lot of the times. Do not get spirituality mixed up with not being afraid. Please. That's when you need your spirituality, is when you're terrified, when you have a dis-ease that won't go away, when you have bills that cannot be paid, when you cannot find in your heart enough love, when you have an ex-husband that you cannot stand, an ex-wife that you cannot stand, and you have all of that stuff, all of that past, just nailing at us. I'm done. I should go away more often. I'm just letting you know. Wow. Wow. This is who we are. And I know that this might be some fabulous game we're all playing to pretend we're not as great as we are. But my sessions are no longer with anyone not reminding you every moment of my talk with you, or in our session, or out there having a snack, that you are great. And it's about time you act like it. When I am scared, and when I'm frightened, and when I'm hurt, I am not going to beat myself up. Wow. Now, of course, you're going to interrupt the whole thing. Thank you very much. Quanta says, "Speak it, brother. Speak it, my father." Hallelujah. And I don't want to get, we're talking about revivals, and I can get a little evangelistic, I know. I've even heard it said. And I don't apologize, because I'm living a wow life. And if that doesn't work for you, I love you. Just let it not work for you. I'm really okay. I never used to be, by the way. Because this is what I thought when I landed on this island. I thought if I was honest and authentic and vulnerable and real with you, that you could never say anything bad about me. It didn't work. Because we cannot please people all the time. This little Quanta, who came from the field, I believe, she came here to mix things up a little bit. She came here to say, what y'all so uptight about, man? Life is good. Life is good. So a couple other things before I leave you. I love Michael Beckwith, speaking of evangelistic. He says, every problem is afraid of my potential. Every problem is afraid of my potential. because I'm going to tell you something. Once you remember who you are, 100%. Oh, there'll be trouble knocking at the door at times, but you'll just open it. Because that intuitive power, you'll just open the door and say, what? I came here to terrify you. How's that working? No. Our intuitive power, we have, I was speaking to someone today that's younger than me, which is a lot of people. And I said, the one thing that I love about maturing, especially spiritually maturing, is my intuition becomes clearer and clearer. Not because anything is different in my life out there, but because I'm listening more. I'm listening where I did not listen before. I wanted a question asked the other day, and I said, why am I so afraid to switch my Dell to my Mac? If you were here before, you know I got a Mac. And Mac's been over there and Dell's here. And the reason I bring it up is because my intuitive part of me said, it's just a computer, my friend. I was making it like this incredible thing. So when we went away, I said, I'm going to leave Dell at home. I'm taking Mac with me to the cottages. So I gently walked in my office and I said, Dell, I got to leave you behind, man. I took this little lightweight Mac. About practice. And I said, I'm just going to keep practicing until I'm not afraid of Mac anymore. And we're doing pretty good. It's been a week now. The withdrawals are almost over. And I'm getting pretty good at that. But we have to practice. We cannot give up. We must, whatever's going on in your lives right now, and I know a lot of your lives, you are so full of love. It is time that we kick this not worthy, not all of this to the curb. Stand in our power. Be a light for those who cannot be there right now. Look at them in the eye and say, I don't pity you, I love you. Let me love you until you can love yourself. Let me love you until you can love yourself. Tune in for a minute. Put your hand on your heart for a minute. Go deep as you can possibly go in this moment. I love you. Life loves you. The universe is working overtime and all time on your behalf. There is something wonderful happening now, that this thing called life had an idea and attached your name to it. You are royalty. I am royalty. Let's take this love, feel it pulsating through every single cell, through every single part of your body. Every organ is now being expressed as good as God. Today is the day. This moment is the moment to declare absolute independence from the world out there and to claim complete acceptance and embodiment of the world within us. Love has spoken. And can we say together, yes? Yes. 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 And so it is. So it is. So how y'all doing? What do other people do on Sunday mornings? Curious. They do.
Sit
Bless
on the beach
their
with a
little
cup of
souls.
coffee. Sit in bed.
Natalie
with a
will
cup of
find
coffee.
him when she gets up to the north. They'll be waiting for her up there. Go ahead,
So
Rita.
this is our time of giving and receiving. I know we've received a lot today, so now's our time to just give that back. I know Diane talked about tithing
Yes, she
last
did.
Sunday, and that was really great because we give where we're spiritually nourished. So if you were spiritually nourished today, it's a good time to just give back to CSL Kauai. There we go. Thank you.
Speaking of circulation,
Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love. Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love. And it returns to me. Multiply abundantly. Circulate my joy right now. Circulate my joy. Circulate my joy right now. Circulate my joy. And it returns to me. Multiply abundantly. Circulation across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. Circulate my gift right now. Circulate my gift. Circulate my gift right now. Circulate my gift. And it returns to me. Multiply abundantly. Circulation across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond.
So we just take this moment to give gratitude. Gratitude for just being here. And I give gratitude for just being alive and being present and being here with all of you. And I give gratitude for all the beautiful abundance in this basket. Thank you, thank you, thank you to CSL Kauai and to all of us that sustain this center on a daily basis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I bless it, I let it go. And so it is. All right. So we have a few announcements, right? Is that this time?
yes.
Okay. So before I go any further, I just want to mention that Marilyn Summer has put her book in our bookstore. I'm very excited about it. I haven't read it yet, but knowing her, I'm sure it's amazing. Yeah. It's called On the Trail with Mary Magdalene, A Modern Pilgrim's Sacred Journey. And if you know anything about Marilyn, she travels to France and different places with this one intention, which is about Mary Magdalene and the Magdalenas. So you can talk to her more about it, but her book is in the bookstore if you would like to purchase it.
And we have a whole
We only have
shelf
like, I
back
think,
there
four
with
copies.
all of our local authors back there, including myself, Rita,
I'm going to give this
Marion, it goes on, and Sue.
Sorry.
There we go. Oh, Gabrielle.
Yeah, we have so
I mean,
many.
it just goes on and on.
Yeah, we're starting a movement here for
Authors, that's right.
that are members of the center because I think it's good. So we want to let you know that choir practice is on Monday. I think they're preparing for Christmas Eve. Toys for Tots is still going on, and when does it end?
Next Sunday's the last collection.
Okay, next
Right.
Sunday is the last collection for Toys for Tot. We have a continuous food drive here for because of Diane and Sue, Reverend Diane and Sue. So you can bring canned food, non-perishable food, closed food, unused food, anytime, and they're taking it every week. I don't know how many pounds we're up to, but it's quite a few.
Quite a few.
Yeah. Jeanette Blum's yoga flow for the last time until the New Year's will be this Tuesday at 8:30, and then she's taking a little break. Everybody wants to take a break for the holidays, and she'll be back after the first of the year. But she will have a session this Tuesday at 8:30 right here. And then Patrick and I have made a decision about the Joy of Transformation. We're decided that we're turning it into a Zoom class, that we're going to do it after the first of the year. So we're letting it go right now, right? Yes.
Right.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about that? No, that's fine.
No.
Okay.
Well, I do, actually. So what I'm saying is that Rita and I have decided, you know, if there's some kind of classes that you want, why don't you write them down and send it to us? Because we keep saying we're not going to cancel our classes because we believe that all of the growth starts in the class, to be quite honest with you. But here's the deal. We're going to Zoom because there seems to be a lot more people Zooming on the mainland that seem to want these classes than the people here on the island at this current time. And so we honor that, but just remember, just pass it on to your closest friends. We came to this island because of this teaching. We came here to express that and to share that. And so we will continue to do that. But we also, you know, don't want to look at blank pages and trust me, I just got done with a wonderful talk. Let me tell you, I do not take it personally because I already know the gift of what this teaching is. So everybody's in their own worlds, doing their own things, and this is we're doing a lot of redoing for this wonderful place.
So a couple other things. Let's see. December 17th is our Labyrinth Walk with me, and Melissa Mojo is always there with me. That's December 17th at 6 p.m. And then please get ready for our holiday Christmas Eve service, which will be
lots
on
of music.
Christmas Eve, of course. We have lots of music planned. My granddaughter's actually going to be here, the one that sings. Yeah, and she's going to sing for all of you, so I'm excited about that. And Melissa will be singing, I'll be singing, Kyle will be singing, Luis will be drumming. There's going to be a lot going on that night. We'll have our regular candlelight. It'll actually start at 4 with dessert. So bring like something that you might want to share. It's a potluck dessert type of thing for the holidays. And then at 5 o'clock promptly the service will start, and it'll go from there, and we'll get you all home for Christmas Eve. That'll be good.
Just one other thing we'd like you to bring, if you can, is that this is a perfect time to invite a friend, because it's so non-church. So what it is, was that sarcasm? Probably, thank you, Beth. Beth will always tell me if I'm sarcastic. But sarcasm is something I'm working on as well. But I do want you to know that that's how we're going to spread the word here, is by us actually talking. And the reason I say it is last night we were at the concert, and I remember a table over there, and they go, what? And actually we met them on the path, and we invited them to this, and they said, how do you know them? Oh, they're the ones at that church, the center over on the Hamwangji. And I was thinking, wow, I think we need to let people know more that, you know, that there's not sacrificing of hens or anything going on in this center. But it was really funny because everything to me is a beautiful message. And I went, oh, more to know, more to know. They were like, oh, I never heard of it. And so our job is to maybe invite people to give it a try, or better yet, tell them to go on live stream, check it out, see if it resonates for them. Isn't that right, Quanta?
Yeah. And then the only other thing,
oh, yes.
Well, first of all, let me do this first. So Reverend Diane is going to teach Science of Mind in a year again on a Saturday. It's the last Saturday of the month. Yeah, and so basically what she's going to teach you how to do is take the Science of Mind text, which I'm telling you guys, I go back to that book. Oh, I probably have read it, I don't know how many times in the last 20 years, but anytime I need inspiration, Ernest Holmes is the place I really go. So what are you doing over there? Anyway, she's going to fill you in on how to do it in 1 year easily and effortlessly, because it's a big book. But if you read a little passage every day and there's a schedule and everything, you get to like read it, the whole thing in a year by reading just one little passage a day and taking that passage into your life. So I highly recommend that. She's done it once before, and I know it helped the people.
Yeah,
I
everybody.
think Candy said she's
Yeah.
been doing it, and you do it every morning, right? Yeah, it's very helpful. Yeah, so that, and then on January 11th, Patrick and I are bringing the Day Dream forward. It's a perfect Christmas present. We only take 6 people. You come to our home, we cook together, we eat, we take whatever it is our intention is, and we manifest it. And I know there's people here that have done it already, and they have really truly enjoyed it. And it's from 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, food included. So it's a perfect Christmas gift if you want to inspire somebody.
And Carl Jung said, those who look outside dream. Those who look inside awaken.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we're taking that dream.
Okay,
Yes?
so that being said, we're going to invite our practitioners up. What?
And yeah, I want to invite the practitioner. I'd also like to invite Stephanie to come up
Stephanie, come
and
on
be our guest practitioner today.
We called you out, is that okay?
I'm going to invite, you can come up. I want to invite you to do an experiment if you go up to any of these 5, I believe, here. What they do is they're not here to do a session, they're here and really honor that for them. But what I'm saying is when you come up with something you'd like a little extra knowing for, some intuition, before you go to whoever you go to, since it's the holidays, before you meet them in your heart, say, I do believe. Because that is a part of what's going on here. There's no magic wands, but when you combine this wonderful energy with this incredible quantum energy that's going up here, belief is a big part of it. So if you enter into that wonderful portal with belief, then just miracles happen, right, Steph?
And it's actually to receptivity, being able to receive it, to say, even if I can't believe it really strongly right now, I'm willing to receive it.
Exactly.
Because they're shifting energy in the one mind in the quantum field. They're putting information there. And when we're all involved in that, they're not putting it in your mind, they're putting it actually into the quantum field, which we're all a part of. And if you're receptive to it, then it's going to happen. It has to, because that's the way it works. So being receptive.
So to take a little bit of gratitude in, let's thank Roseanne Jones, the practitioner of the day. Luis, Angela, and Yana, Malama team. Sue Buckley and Marion Head are back there counting the abundance. Ron Stover, Leslie, Kiana, and Kaya's back there for the first time. She's back there too. Peggy Jerry's in the bookstore, ready to do all those books for you. Jonathan Lee is back there with his beautiful sound. Orion's back there.
Kieran's
Charles back there.
And Kieran's back.
And speaking of visions, Kieran's back. I thought you were in Mexico.
Kieran.
You're here now. Yes. And last but not least, these 2 wonderful beings. And we should always have gratitude for the doctors in the house. Yes?
For sure. All right.
So we have snacks today. So what that means is stay seated. Listen to these beautiful, beautiful beings up here giving us their music. Take that in. And then when it's done, walk. Don't run to the snack table. I love you. Thank you for being here today. And welcome if you're here for the first time. Welcome.
You're going to say a prayer?
Okay, so what I know right here in this moment is that there are no accidents because we have come here on purpose. And with eyes wide open for me, I get the opportunity to not only see, but feel the incredible energy that is in this room. We have activated more of the frequency of that thing that we call the divine. it's activated, and we take it, and we don't just hold it right here. We take it out into our world, and we say, I am that I am. And that means that every person we come in contact with today, every place we go, God, good, call it whatever you want, is meeting God. So with that, I just say thank you. My heart is filled and overflowing with gratitude for this incredible center, this incredible institute of magnificence, this temple of magnificence that we have all put together as one. And so I release I release it to the law as together we affirm.
And so it is. Take it away, Kyle and Louise.
Can't help it. Love makes me wanna sing.
This is where we get to howl.
Can't help it. Love makes me wanna sing. Make me feel so good. I can do most anything. I love it. Every living thing.
That's the baby.
I can see the face of God. Papa
Every time the train goes around the track.
We're all precious. There's some more. We've all got the same treasure in store. I love it.
Wow.
Every living thing.
Too much. Look at her.
Can't help it. Love makes me wanna say. I can't help it. Love makes me wanna say. Make me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm believing in my guiding light. No matter what comes, it always turns out right. Just dig down deep to how I feel. Just take a deep breath and drag the wheels while I'm believing in my guiding light. I can't help it. Love makes me wanna sing. I can't help it. Love makes me wanna sing. Make me feel so good. I can do most anything. So I'm rising to my higher place, with the wind in my back and a smile on my face. Living my dream a little more each day. It keeps getting easier to find my way. I'm rising to my higher place. Can't help it. Love makes me wanna sing. Can't help it. Love makes me wanna sing. Make me feel so good. I can do most anything. Making me feel so good. I can do everything. Don't me feel so good. I can do anything. Make me feel so good. I can do anything.